Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at Death Stranding. Which is a weird kind of video to do for this, because I'm actually 25 hours into this game right now, but that still feels pretty early. Because this is a game that can take more than 100 hours to get through fully. Probably like 150, I would say, if you wanted to 100% it. So, I feel like I'm at a good point in the game now that I can kinda show off a little bit of everything, and maybe even a boss fight. So, to give you the quick and dirty rundown of this world, because it is a very weird world. You know, with Metal Gear Solid, Kojima pretty much only invented military stuff, weird technology, and supernatural soldiers, but here, this entire world is very different from ours, even pre, big Death Stranding, which is both the name of the apocalypse that happened here, as well as a bunch of different smaller meanings. But basically, one day, death broke, and everyone who dies now becomes essentially like an anti-life, antimatter ghost that tries to combine with living people, and if that happens, like matter and antimatter, they cancel out, create a void out, which is a giant explosion. So everybody lives in these underground shelters now, and the only people who go outside are delivery men, like Sam here. Oh. I think that's pretty much the best summary. Also, people don't go outside because the rain is now timefall, meaning that it ages everything it touches. So, if you get exposed to the timefall, you will get old and die very quickly. And that affects the plants and everything as well, which is why the surface is so barren looking. So we're gonna head out, we're gonna do some deliveries, pick up some stuff, and probably get in some fights. I wouldn't say there's not a lot of combat in this game, but it's definitely not a combat-focused game. It is still Pandemic Delivery Simulator.
Come on, keep up. Sorry. Did I wake you up? Today's Mommy's birthday. It's also the anniversary of when we first met.
So that's one of the memories of the baby that Sam wears on his chest, which is his bridge baby. Technically bridge baby number 27. They don't actually have names otherwise. But that baby is connected to its brain-dead mother that it was extracted from, so it can see the BTs, the ghosts, the beached things, which we can't see if we don't have a BB. Though Sam has a special power that they call dooms, it's a really awkward naming convention, because basically people who have them are said to have dooms. Anyway, we've got some deliveries to do here, so let's get on our tricycle. I also want to do this video, mostly just because I think the game has a tough sell in the early hours. There's a lot of cutscenes that just kind of throw you into this world, and they throw a lot of terminology at you that won't be explained until later. But I think once you get past that, you really settle into it, and I think a lot of people won't make it past that otherwise, if they don't see the other side. Alright. So pulling up the map here, our main goal in this game is we are traveling from the east coast of the United States across the destroyed United States of America, and basically plugging in the future internet into all of these shelters and cities. That's our goal, is to reach the west coast and connect up all of these cities to bring all these people back together, because that's the theme of this game, really. That's the strands in this game, is making strands between people to connect them together. And Kojima does love his metaphors turned into actual physical things in the world.
Keep on keeping on.
In fact, we can probably see some strands. Yep, there's one right there. I'm not actually sure what those indicate. You see those everywhere, but they haven't been explained yet. A lot has not been explained yet. Anyway, so a lot of this game is about traversal. And that's another thing that the early game doesn't show well, because at the start of this game, you have nothing but the boots on your feet and a weight distributing rig on your suit that allows you to carry more stuff than you would be able to otherwise, but you don't have any tools, you don't have any weapons, you don't have any vehicles, you're just walking around carrying packages and tripping over rocks. You see here all these little X's and yellow dots, they actually tell you how walkable the terrain is. That's what kind of game it is. You need to know where to put your feet and where to not put your feet. Stuff like this road here have to be built. Now, there are player structures everywhere, like that bridge. That bridge was built by a player. I actually might have built that bridge, I'm not sure. But you get stuff from other people's worlds that are just kind of, sort of like the way that messages and stuff in Dark Souls pop up. You know, you're kind of in like an instant server where it'll mesh with other people's data, so their structures will show up. But like, I built most of this road here, and you want to build the road because it's much more convenient than driving across the terrain. And when you're on the middle strip here, your bike doesn't use power. Because basically all of your equipment uses batteries, or at least all of your good equipment, like the vehicles, the exosuit that I'm wearing on my legs. All of that stuff uses power. So anything like the generators and this strip in the middle of the road that keep you from using power lets you travel more before you have to stop and recharge. That is one of the tall necks, I think, from Horizon Zero Dawn. You can, when you build the structure and level it up all the way, you can put like a hologram on it to show off, and there's a bunch of Horizon Zero Dawn ones. There's a lot of tie-in stuff in this game. Surprisingly, even in the PC version, though of course Horizon Zero Dawn did come out on PC as well. Eventually. That is a game I plan to play. I picked it up for half price during the summer sales, but not until I finish one of the open world games I'm already playing. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to head to Lake Knot City here, which is the city I've been kind of expanding outwards from. We need to get a package there, and then we need to travel south to the next city, where I assume there will be a boss fight, because when I got to this, or the city before this one, where we rode a boat across a giant crater, there was a boss fight. So I assume that's where we're going to get our next boss fight, and that's probably where I'll end the video. But on the way, I have a mission here to retrieve some cargo from the mules, which are the first human enemies you encounter. It's kind of hard to explain what they are. They have, like, a shared obsessive-compulsive disorder regarding cargo. So they attack people and steal their cargo just to have it. They don't deliver it, they don't do anything with it, they just stockpile it. So I need to get into their camp, I need to get this item back for one of these guys, which means we can show off the combat. Alright, I negated their scan there, but anytime you head into one of their territories, there's like a ring of scanners around the outside of it, and they will ping you if you have any cargo, and then any mules nearby will come over to be like, hey, there's some cargo I'm going to steal. But if you ping it like that, once you get the ability, you can cancel that out so they don't know you're coming. I've tried to stealth these guys, I'm not very good at it. It's easier just to fight them now that I have a weapon. Now, a key point is because everybody who dies in this world becomes a BT, and you don't want that to happen, you don't want to kill people. So most of your weapons you're going to use against human enemies are non-lethal. You want to knock them out, you want to stun them, etc., etc. So the thing I've mostly been using against the mules, because they're pretty easy, is the bola gun. This will either tie them up or knock them out. If you hit them in the head, I think it knocks them out without having to do anything. Yeah. So you hit them in the head like that, it knocks them out immediately. Otherwise, you have to run up and kick them, or they'll get up eventually. Alright, I've alerted them, but there's not a lot of mules here. One thing that's a little annoying is there's no way to clear these camps out permanently, and they come back very quickly. There's like a short period of time after you clear them out where it's safe, but then eventually it goes right back to being mule territory. Alright, so I think there's about 10 of them in this area. And they throw these electric javelins at you that will knock out your vehicle. Alright, he should be fine. I was a little wary about running them over, because I thought it would kill them, but you actually have to hit them pretty hard to kill them. Okay. So, what I also have is... Oh shit, it's actually on my bike. Hold on. I have this, which is a piece of cargo you can use as a decoy, because, you know, they can't resist picking up cargo, but it's full of sleeping gas. Drop that on my back. And I'm going to try to hit this truck with it, which I have not successfully done yet. Oh, okay, or he's just going to run me over. I think I fucked this up. No, I'm holding it, okay. But it's too late. I was gonna say, you can throw this. I definitely fucked that up. I'm gonna knock myself out. I knocked myself out the first time I used that, too. But basically, if you can hit the truck with that, apparently it will knock out everybody in it. Alright, so that means they took all my stuff, they took all my cargo, but that's fine. It's all in there. I just have to go get it now. What did they leave me with? They left me my blood grenades, which are useless against humans. Those are only for BTs. And they left me with a ladder. Everything else I have to go get. So yeah, that's what happens if you get knocked out. And so far, the only times I've gotten knocked out is from those sleeping gas crates. From hitting myself with them. So that's not a big deal. If you die, it is more of a big deal, because you will explode as well. I think that only happens if BTs kill you, but again, I haven't gotten close to dying yet. Alright, so they dump off all the equipment, and then they just take all your cargo. Also, you can kind of see them there, but I have the gravity gloves from Half-Life Alyx. Those were included in the Steam port. So they let me grab stuff from about 15 meters away. I like that it even has a little health indicator. As well as the battery meter for that, because it also uses power. Okay, so now I just have to do what I was going to do anyway, which is go steal my stuff back and the stuff I was supposed to pick up. Unfortunately, I think they did take my bola. I can't tell if I just picked that up. No, I got my sticky gun. This is a weird thing. This is like a Spider-Man web you can use to pull cargo to you from far away. Like it sticks to it and then you yank it towards you. Okay, I got my bola back, so yeah. Let's not try the smoked cargo. The throwing is difficult, though, because basically the game has left and right holding controls. Like, you have to hold left mouse or right mouse to hold something in your left or right hand. So, to throw something like that, you have to melee attack and then let go of the mouse you're holding it in. So it's tricky. There's no way to aim it effectively. Alright. There's that truck. Do I have my other cargo? I don't know if... Did they steal it? They did steal it. That's fine. I'll just hit him with grenades. Or, not grenades. Bolas. Mules, transform and roll out. Why did you trip? There wasn't even anything to trip on there. I like the bola, though. It's pretty effective. And it's pretty easy to get headshots with it. Like, I knocked out every single one of these guys. I need to get this dinkus in the truck. So I only just unlocked the ability to build trucks at the point of the game I'm in, but you can steal them much earlier than that from these guys. I think the bola does have a maximum range. Like, I don't think I can hit this guy yet. Definitely not a knockout. And you can see all of them are carrying some kind of cargo. Some of it's equipment, some of it's just materials. You have to be careful not to run them over when they're already unconscious, though, because then you might kill them. I haven't killed anyone yet. I have not killed a single person. So this is one of their hidden cargo stashes. It's actually just a holographic rock. Hold on, I gotta knock this guy out. Quiet, you. And it's sometimes hard to tell how many mules there are because, you know, the only way to see where they are is basically they have cargo on them. Well, actually, I forgot my Odrebeck has been upgraded now to sort of detect people through walls. But it looks like there's maybe 4 of them over there. Alright. These are all my ceramics and stuff that I was carrying for the mission I'm doing, so pick this all back up. It's nice that this stuff doesn't get, like, erased if you get knocked out. You can actually recover it. Alright, what else do they got in here? They got some lost cargo, which is basically unessential deliveries you can do just to get more likes and upgrade your ranking with people, which is how you unlock better technology. That's for the Elder, who I'm not going to go see because he lives on top of a mountain, and it's a pain in the ass to get up there right now. And the Craftsman, don't care. I already maxed out my rank with him. Oh, you son of a bitch. So, the big thing you need to worry about is getting your cargo damaged. It's why you don't want to take hits when you're carrying stuff. Because damaged cargo gives you a worse ranking, or fails you the mission. And that's really one of the main things you do with this game is try to transport cargo without damaging it. So you can't really do things like evasive rolls without damaging your cargo. Which is interesting, because there's a lot of combat mechanics, or just general movement mechanics, that you can't use when you're carrying cargo, unless you don't have any other choice. What? No, I don't want that. Oh, Sam, you put away your bola. Yeah, so my cargo is going to be a little damaged when they knock it off like that. And that's the last one. Okay, so both of these other post boxes look like they have mission essential items in them. So that could have gone a lot smoother, but again, I knocked myself out. That's the only real challenge there, was not knocking myself out. Eventually, I'll figure out how to throw one of those without hitting someone immediately in front of me. The other thing, too, is, like, when you first encounter mules in this game, you have no way to fight back except just punching them, which doesn't work very well because they just block it with their sticks. So you pretty much just have to run away from them. So once you get weapons, it feels a lot more refreshing to be able to take out the whole camp. Which thankfully doesn't take too long in the game. Load that onto the bike. I don't really need to load this on the bike because it's pretty light, but I'm going to do it because I'm already carrying a lot of stuff. There's both a weight limit and a stack limit. The more stuff you stack on your back, the more likely you are to trip. And you actually have to, like, balance yourself by holding onto the straps as well. Okay, now there's one more hidden box over here. I think it has the rest of the materials I need.
Stretch my legs.
Yep, there's the other two. So if I can fit those on the bike as well. The bike doesn't have very many slots, but you can carry pretty heavy stuff in those slots. Wait, was there anything else in there? Ladder, lost cargo, junk components. Again. Nothing I need. Alright, so that is the mules. There is another type of human enemy that I haven't actually encountered yet, who are just referred to as demons. So it's actually demons with an E instead of an O. Demens. So I don't really know what they can do, but we might encounter them on the way to the delivery. So now... I think we just need to hit up the engineer over here, who is the face model for this is Junji Ito, the manga artist. Makes some very excellent horror. This game is basically just people who Kojima likes the cameo. Because there are a lot of those side characters that you deliver stuff to that are just, you know, Conan O'Brien and Junji Ito, Jeff Keighley. And then you get into the ones that he really likes, who are main characters. Mads Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro. Most of them are not voiced by themselves, though. They're just face modeled because Kojima was like, yo, we have this really dope face modeling thing. Let's get everybody in here and scan them. Also, if you're wondering why the roads are so weird looking, it's because they're full of chiralium, which is the, you know, kind of unobtainium of this game that only started appearing when the BTs started appearing. And it makes them resilient to the timefall, so they don't degrade nearly as quickly. You can also jump shit on your bike. But again, you have a chance of damaging cargo if you land hard. So yeah, this is pretty much how the side missions work. You go do a thing, or you pick up a thing, and you deliver it somewhere else. Sometimes you need to retrieve it from mules, but most of the time, they just give you a package and say, take it here.
Delivering cargo. Oh, hey. Good to see you. Damn, you carried all this by yourself?
It's still weird to see Junji Ito voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. You know, anime voice actor number 2. He's in a lot of games too, but I don't know, he still sounds anime voice actor to me. Not that he's bad, but it's one of those things where it's hard not to notice him once you know him. Actually, is that Yuri Lowenthal or is that Johnny Young Bosch?
Please access delivery terminal for
I might actually be mixing the two of them up sometimes. Alright, so deliver that to him. But yeah, all of these signs and stuff, these holograms, are all stuff that was placed by other players. That stuff only shows up in an area, like all these icons, they only show up once you've connected the plot internet in these areas. So when you go to a new area, you won't have the benefits of any of this stuff until you go to the place and plug in the internet. So that we can make America online again. There's another mule camp down there, but they can't really do much. They can huck a couple spears at you. And yell. They give you the Tusken Raider salute as you go by. A couple spears and angry noises. I should be driving on the middle here. Oh, generator. So these are one of the most useful things that other players will place, and I could also build, but I'm kind of stingy about building them. They recharge vehicles. So here's one of the only cities I've seen in this area. I'm still not clear on this because almost all of these cities like will have a city like this with cranes that are moving, so clearly there's construction going on. But nobody lives in them. They all live underground. I think. I could be wrong about that. They could actually live up there. It could be that these are chiralium-infused buildings so that they don't degrade. But that hasn't really been addressed yet. I still have a lot of interviews to catch up on, which are where a lot of the lore is explained. Alright, so again, spoiler warning, this is going to be a plot mission that we're doing here, so if you don't want to know anything about the plot, this is probably the cutoff point. But I don't think it will spoil anything super major.
The people down in South Knot City have had to suffer through a lot of terrorist attacks lately. They've not been receiving supplies regularly either. No one's starving, not yet, but a sense of unease is spreading across the city. We need you to bring them as much as you can of whatever you can. Food, oxytocin, the essentials. You'll also be carrying seeds, earthworm and insect protein paste, organic chemicals, and anti-BT weapons laced with your blood. None of which can be sent via a chiral printer. A delivery will remind the citizens they're connected to the rest of the country. It will give them hope. And if you can get them connected to the chiral network, all the better. Something's been nagging at me, though. Fragile checked in a little while ago, saying that due to some instability with the beach, she was having trouble making jumps. Until things settle down, she won't be able to help you out. Fragile's at the distro center south of Lake Knot if you want to hear the rest of the story. I marked her location on your map. Be sure to take a look. By the way, chiral density appears to be increasing across the board. We're currently looking into what kind of impact this might have on Cupid functionality. No need for you to worry about all that, though. Just keep on doing what you do best, huh?
So even there was a lot of jargon that's not going to make sense with no experience with this game. But basically the Cupid is the thing that you use to connect cities to the internet. The chiral internet. Oh, hold on. Go back here. Confirm. This is a separate order. Okay. I was like, am I supposed to bring sticky guns as part of this order?
Hey, how's it going? Wow, this is way more than we expected.
Actually, it's exactly what we expected. Yeah, so that was just a standard delivery, which is your side missions. And there are 500 of those in the game, apparently. Also, getting likes increases your porter rankings here, and these actually do have gameplay effects, like increasing your health and stamina. So it is worth doing stuff for likes.
Stay safe.
Good work. New order. Access delivery terminal for further
See?
information.
I rebuilt that road, and now I'm getting likes from other players who are using it. Okay, so basically, whenever you have orders for Sam, those are like your main progress missions, and then standard orders are your side missions. And then there are standard orders you can have delivered by autonomous delivery bots, which is a new thing that I just unlocked. They're kind of shit, though. They always damage the cargo. At least right now. I think you can upgrade them later. Alright. So this is a mission for the Cyberpunk tie-in. So I'm not going to do that. South Knot City. It's actually not too far from where I've been. My road goes most of the way there. So yeah, we're going to do this delivery and I guess probably end the video there. I could take a truck instead of a trike, but nah, I think we're fine with the trike. Basically, all of your equipment you can 3D print from the chiral printers. But I think I'm good. I think I'm mostly still carrying what I need. Maybe I'll take a PCC, which is what you use to build structures, since I don't have one right now. Take my trike. And this is the material, so load that on the bike. This is not fragile, right? As you might expect... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Fragile equipment. Do I have to carry this on back? I can't fit it onto the trike? There we go. And then my PCC, which I will attach to mount points. You have 4 of these mount points, but if you're using the exoskeleton legs that, like, triple your carry weight, then you lose the bottom 2, but that's fine. Put that on my shoulder. I think I left one of these on the ground by accident. Like, it's a little awkward that you have to keep opening this menu to sort out your cargo situation, but it's actually not too bad once you've gotten used to it. You have a lot of slots, and I've unlocked the ability to build these little pockets so I can fit even more stuff on here without it taking up a whole mount point.
Unable to process order. Unable to process order. Please stand by until the problem can be rectified.
Oh, hi. Sam, Bridges, I presume? Sorry about that. The system seems to be on the fritz. One of the packages wasn't processed properly and got left out of the order.
That's very
Says
obviously
here
Higgs.
the client is Fragile herself. Someone double-tagged it so the system couldn't tell whether it was for Fragile Express or Bridges. Anywho, really sorry for the hold-up, and, careful. The contents are fragile. Yes, okay.
But yeah, Higgs is the closest thing to a main antagonist we have so far. I've only met him once during the first boss fight, but that was very clearly him, you know, Troy Baker's voice, so he's given me a small thermonuclear weapon. Which he used to blow up one of the other cities in this area in the past. So, I can't put this down now. I'll just leave it on the floor. He's given me a nuke that I have to carry. And Sam didn't even question it. Alright, well, stick that on my other shoulder. Sam, you appear to be carrying a nuke. What the hell? Also, did I leave my... Okay. I was worried that I had accidentally put one down.
Have a pleasant journey.
There's definitely a weird thing that reminds me a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 5 in that a lot of the cutscenes, Sam doesn't say anything. You know, it's like, oh, we didn't have Norman Reedus in to get these lines, so he just stares. But it's also kind of his character. He doesn't really interact with people.
Have a pleasant journey.
He's a bit agoraphobic, honestly. Alright, so we have to go talk to Fragile. Who was the main courier in this area until she delivered a nuke to one of the cities by accident. In presumably the same way that I'm doing it now. Anytime you hear those angry horn sounds, you know that there are mules nearby. They sound like robots. So yeah, I'm glad I actually did take my girlfriend's suggestion to work on building the road, because you have to deliver a lot of materials to this road, so it requires multiple trips to build each section. Every time you see one of these little platforms, that's a section of road you have to build. And it builds the road from the previous section to that section, so you have to build it a chunk at a time. But yeah, she is a big fan of this game, 100% of it when it came out, or I guess Platinum Trophied it, so I'm kind of streaming it with her for the most part. But I did want to do at least one first impressions video just to generally talk about the game. I am enjoying it. It's a very different open world game from a lot of stuff. You know, it's definitely not an Ubisoft box checker where there's just 1,000 icons on the map of things you need to collect or kill or interact with. There's actually not a lot in the world, because, you know, it's a very desolate world. You can see it's been eroded to hell by the timefall, and it kind of just looks like Iceland. I mean, there's a more deserty area over here. I wasn't actually paying attention. I was like, did I pass the place I'm going to? But no, it's over there. Also, America seems to have gotten considerably smaller because I'm already halfway across it. I mean, sure, there is a giant-ass crater in, like, the inner East Coast. So that skipped a big section of it. I think that crater is ground zero, where the first BT explosion happened, the first void out. So we're just going back to that distribution center that we started at. If you don't like backtracking and, you know, a lot of back and forth, you won't like this game, because it is a lot of traveling between places you've already been to deliver cargo. A lot of it is optional, but some of it's not. Like, obviously, we were just here, and now we're back here again. But yeah, compared to Days Gone, which I'm also still playing, they're two very different open world games. I do wish the vehicles in this game had the same, like, motorcycle handling as Days Gone. They're very stiff, because they go from, like, not moving to moving at full speed. There's very little acceleration, which makes it hard to do precision movements when you're trying to, like, climb over rocks. Because you can do this to get up on top of rocks. You can also drive your tricycle across ladders. Hey, Fragile? I got a nuke here. I didn't actually look where I was supposed to talk to her. She might not be in here. She might be outside. That's the sticky guns. Where is she? I might have to go down to the room. That's where all the talking to people cutscenes happen. Well, hopefully this nuke doesn't go off when I take off my cargo. And I'm sure a lot of people would say that the story in this game is dense and a bit convoluted, but I found that people have very little capacity for understanding stories in fiction. Like, if it's not super basic and simple, they just don't. Their brain does not store it.
Sam, Bridges, I presume? Says here the client is Fragile herself. Careful. The contents are fragile.
I mean, it's not really surprising that Higgs got in, because he can teleport.
Fragile. Son of
So
a
can
bitch,
Fragile.
it was him.
What are you talking about?
The package I picked up for you, the one from Lake Knot.
Hold on. I wasn't expecting any package.
He said Fragile herself was the client. The system was down, so some Bridges delivery guy had to hand it over in person.
Who?
Look, the point is, it was Higgs.
Come on. I need to see it now.
I mean, she can teleport, but I don't think she can teleport with cargo, so she can't just, like, dump it in the ocean.
It's a nuke!
I mean, I could have told you that.
That bastards can't do this to me.
Said it right on the label.
The timer's already started. I can't stop it. We only have one option. Sam, we've got to get rid of it. Take it down to the crater next to South Knot. It's a tar pit, damn near bottomless. If we chuck it in there, we just might have a chance.
Why don't we just disarm it? No, that's impossible, Sam. Well, I know where that tar pit is. It's right next to the place where I had to deliver somebody's girlfriend. Alive, even. She wasn't just a corpse. So yeah, I forgot to mention that too. Everyone who dies in this world becomes a BT. That includes people who die inside.
Your map. Get the nuke there ASAP and dispose of it.
So anytime that somebody dies, they have to basically take the body to an incinerator away from the city before they become a BT. They're like cryogenically frozen. Once necrosis sets in, that's when they BTify. So they have to be away from any people when that happens. Alright, so we got 20 minutes to deliver this nuke to this tar pit down here. So that means we're going to have to head down to the junk dealer, which maybe we're not going to see this city after all. But hey, maybe we'll get to see a nuke go off. That's fun, right? Okay, so we're going to go this way. You know, I'm kind of tempted just to huck the nuke to see if it goes off, but I don't think it will. Because it's on a timer. Alright, so there's another mule camp over here. There's also a big fucking pit, or crevice like this. But I should be able to jump it. Not something you'd normally want to do. I don't got time to play, mules. I've got a nuke. You probably don't want to steal that from me. Oh shit, there's another crevice here. So I don't think we damaged anything there, despite all the grunts he was making. You can kind of hit small rocks and stuff without it being a problem for your bike. Okay. So that's most of the way there. There are some BTs over here. I was like just in this area. That's the guy who's I delivered a girlfriend to from over by the tar pit. So BTs only hang out in places where there's timefall, so if it starts raining, there's a good chance you're going to hit BTs, but they don't hang out in every timefall area. Or maybe they're not here anymore. You do get a warning before you get close to them. Alright, so yeah, we just crossed the barrier of the chiral network. There's an area... Actually, I don't think I can filter... Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can see there's a big chunk of the network that is not covered down here. And I'm not sure what I need to do to actually fill that in yet. Alright, where do we actually huck this thing? I don't know if it'll be a cutscene or if I actually throw it. So this is just a giant tar pit.
Sam, you're at the lake, aren't you? Hurry up and get rid of that goddamn nuke.
Alright. I like that only now are they telling me how to throw stuff. Okay, so we need to go to the nuke, which is on the suit. Carry by hand. Oh, that's the right hand, not the left hand. Okay. So, swing and let go of right mouse. And hopefully in the next, like, 15 minutes, it will sink enough to blow up under the tar. Also, that city in the background is destroyed, so it's not like anybody lives over here. Except the delivered girlfriend's family. They live in a bunker, like, just down the shoreline. But they don't come outside anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Colonel, I've successfully blown up the tar pit.
Jesus, that was close. You saved the city and everyone in it. I love a lot more than I ever did.
Maybe there's no way of saving Middle Knot. But South Knot's still here. Because of me. And you.
I'm gonna say that she could have just thrown it in the tar pit, but the tar pit wasn't there when Middle Knot City was still here. This is where it used to be.
What happened to you?
Are we gonna get some important plot here? I mean, I was hoping for a boss fight, but we might still get that when we get to the city. If Higgs is pissed off that his nuke plan didn't work.
By the time I realized what Higgs was planning, the nuke was already at the city gates. I followed the delivery truck and somehow managed to carry the bomb to safety. But Higgs had been on to me from the start. He caught me red-handed outside the gates, nuke still cradled in my arms like a child. So, as punishment, he strips me down to nothing. And then he makes it rain.
By throwing money at her. So Higgs has like some high-level dooms that give him all kinds of superpowers.
Listen up, Fragile. I got a proposition for you. Do you want to live out your days as damaged goods? Or would you rather take damage for the goods?
Get to the point.
All right. If all you want is to save yourself, you just have to jump. However, if you want to see this altruistic streak of yours through, then you'll have to carry my nuke to the bottomless pit and toss it in. Oh, sure, you'll be the city's savior. But you will have to walk naked through Timefall to do it.
So we are going to see the effects of that.
Your time for a little bit of the cities? Hell, seems like a fair exchange to me.
Truth is, I don't much care for my face. That's why I hide it. Oh, but you...
I'm kind of soft looking.
Oh, you just love yours, don't you? I bet Daddy was real proud. Oh. Now, don't worry. I won't mess it up. See, I want your face to be a kind of testament.
I was going to say, it's the only part of her that didn't get aged.
Yeah.
Why did you do it? Why did you betray me?
Because I found someone who completes me. Someone who doesn't need me to wear a mask. Oh. Word to the wise. Even if you do save South Knot, you'll always be the nut job who blew up Middle Knot. Oh, and that pretty face of yours will always be remembered as the face of a terrorist. They'll never stop hunting you. Believe me, I know. Oh, they can slap a sticker on you, but you're still gonna break in transit. Oh. So, what's it gonna be?
And again, she can teleport, but she can't teleport cargo.
The goods. I don't break that easy.
Well, good luck with that.
I'll take the damage. I don't break that easy. I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy.
The umbrella that she carries was also fragile.
Because I'm fragile. But I'm not that fragile.
The names in this are very, very on the nose. But that's always been a Kojima thing. Let us not forget, the man who wanted to turn the Cold War hot again, Hot Coldman. I imagine her maximum cargo rating is going down as she ages, for how much she can carry. I'm also not sure why plastic apparently is not affected by timefall, because it's what everybody wears to protect themselves. You know, Sam's got a hood that he pulls up when it rains. Well, that's probably going to be a little weird,
Well, there
knowing
it is.
nothing about this game for people.
You are a goddamn hero. You did the right thing. This belongs to you.
I'm no hero, Sam.
So I'm pretty sure
That
there's
choice
something
I
in that
made.
leather that makes her
I've
stronger.
regretted it ever since. All I had to do was jump, and I could have saved myself.
But instead, you saved a city. And more than that, you gave people hope.
Well, now there's only one person left for me to save. I'm gonna make Hicks regret he ever crossed me.
By killing him?
Can't. He's way more powerful now than he was before.
It's true. He summoned a giant spaghetti whale on
You
me.
could take him. You could. But promise me. Promise me you'll leave him alive. There's something I want to ask him to his face.
I didn't think you were capable of torture.
I'm now. And I want to know why he betrayed me.
Because he found somebody that completes him. That's what he said.
Do you want it?
No, it's kind of gross. I'll take my Monster Energy drink instead. Sam has a canteen that turns the rain and his sweat into Monster Energy drink. I wish I was making that up. But those floaty, squishy little bugs, crypto buyouts, are how you restore your health.
By run to South Knot City.
How you get your blood back. Your health in this game is represented by your blood because you also use your blood for any of your anti-BT weapons, since Sam has special blood.
Outstanding, Sam.
Because he was dead and then not dead.
South Knot City and put those people on the network.
Alright, so this is going to be a pretty long video, but I would like to actually maybe drive over there and deliver this, because it is just around the crater. I actually didn't realize that there was a city there, right behind this destroyed one. But yeah, I do want to show a little bit of BT stuff, which is why I didn't want to end it here. So we have to cut through this BT city. Oh, there's going to be that copyright claim. I knew it was going to come somewhere. There might not actually be BTs here right now, then. Usually the music doesn't start playing when there's BTs around. There's a bunch of shit I had to drop earlier. Oh, my juice is running low. You can see it at the bottom left there.
My curiosity keeps me confused. But still I stand here on my own.
I don't know what that edifice over there is.
With nothing left to lose.
Getting close to it hasn't really answered my question. Alright, so here's South Knot City. Inhabitants, 75,000. Also, everywhere you go has one of these identical Bridges buildings.
Battery low. Please charge vehicle.
Now, why is it still X'd out? Oh, I think it's because I didn't plug them into the Cupid yet. Deliver their shit.
Great to see you, man. You don't know how much we've been looking forward to this. A lot of people hurting here. Gotta start with those who need it most. Given this quantity, everyone ought to get a share. We really appreciate it.
So before you plug them into the network, their holograms are all grainy and shit like that. Alright. There's very few missions I haven't gotten an S rank on yet. Usually it's just because you damaged the cargo, or if it's a timed mission and you took too long. Wow. Almost 3 stars right away. Alright. So yeah, now that I reached level 30 cargo condition, I can not fall over as easily.
So is it true the chiral network is finally becoming a reality? I can't believe it. I really can't. Feels like a dream almost. If it's not a dream, then yeah, we want to be part of it.
So Sam is carrying this string of floating USVs that plug people into the chiral network. The idea being that there was a first wave of Bridges people that traveled across the country, setting up these terminals so that they could be connected to the network. I don't know why they didn't just bring the network thing with them, but I guess it's because it wasn't developed yet. I think they did say they were having problems building the Cupid. Alright, now we can make just a straight up gun. Which I assume you never want to use, because you don't want to kill people.
I don't think we could have survived without outside assistance. The chiral network could make a huge difference, make repairs more manageable. It could help us finally get back on our feet. You've given us a gift more precious than you know. When we lost Middle Knot City, it felt like there'd be no end to the violence. I woke up every day thinking it might be our last. Yet, here we are. By the grace... Yeah, well, let's just say I don't believe in miracles or luck. Hell no. I believe in people. And it was people that saved us. Just like you did today. Now it's our turn to pick up the pieces and do the same for others. I'm sorry. I gotta get this to everyone.
I'd love to stay and chat the shit, but thanks.
Good work, Sam. I'll see that your supplies are ready and waiting. Suppose I don't need to tell you to take care when you come fetch them.
Okay, they've just given me all the stuff that was in here. I don't know if I want to take it, though. Lethal anti-personnel weapon. Yeah, I'm just not sure the use for these yet. I guess I'll take them with me. It could be that the game is about to introduce why I want to bring them with me. Okay, I don't need an extra blood bag. My blood bags are full, which you use to refill your blood when you're using blood weapons.
Thanks, Sam.
Blood, blood,
You've
blood.
saved South Knot City and brought our people even closer together. You're halfway there. Halfway to making us whole again.
Make us whole again, Isaac.
There's
I mean, Sam.
something I need to tell you.
Sam, Amelie's connection just dropped. We've been routing her calls through the old system. Must be a problem with the lines. I'll look into it. Let's just hope it's nothing more serious.
Sam, I'm detecting a chiral spike. Right in your vicinity. These numbers are off the charts. This might explain the sudden service interruption.
Whatever's causing it could pose a threat to the Knot cities. Get out there and investigate.
Presumably, it's the second boss. So I guess let's go out there and check it out.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Keep on keeping on.
So I think I might have already fought a weaker version of this boss. Because when you get grabbed by BTs, you basically get dragged into a boss fight if you can't escape them with a weaker version of one of the bosses. So I think I fought this one already. Also, yes, I am wearing an otter hood that I got from Jeff Keighley. Alright, maybe it's not a boss. Maybe this is something else, or someone else. So it's kind of funny that I started playing this right before the director's cut was announced, but it's still not been confirmed whether that's PS5 only, the new content for that, or if they're going to release it on PC as well. Because it does have new story missions. Okay, so I think I know what this might be. This might be the other main antagonist. This, yep, there he is. This might also be why I should have taken those guns with me. combat veteran Mads Mikkelsen. Though his name is actually Cliff. I don't know why they didn't introduce him by name, but I guess we're not supposed to know his name really yet. Though he did say it in one of the BB cutscenes. Alright, so we're going to end it here, even though this is a very cool area, just because the video's been going quite a long time, and I think this is going to be a whole thing of itself. It's not just a boss fight. I was just expecting a big, goopy lion, but instead we've got Skeleton World War I. So, thank you for joining me for this look at Death Stranding. Maybe I'll do the odd video here or there, just for this and that, but I'm mostly just going to keep streaming it with my girlfriend. I'm enjoying it, though. I'm glad that I finally got around to playing it. I didn't play it earlier because it was Windows 10 dependent, and I was staunchly not wanting to upgrade. But you folks all take care, and I will see you some other time with some other strange game. Probably not as strange as this one, though. Take care, everyone.